September 1st, and I was doing my transition into outside, inside, being consistent. 1 hour, 2 hour, 3 hour, 4 hour. So September 1st, and then I left for New York on September 5th, the morning of September 5th. Actually, I left on the 4th. I stayed at my brother and sister-in-law's house, so we left to the airport from there. And I told my husband, um, please water the plants and bring them in. When I got back, they were not watered, they were still outside. So they have been hardened off to the fullest. They looked miserable when I got back. Anywho, they bounced back. What I was gonna say? Oh, thank you to Broke Farmer for actually telling me what the term is. It's hardening off. So they're pretty much hardened off now. They're just waiting to go into the ground. So I'm just giving you a look at. They are sitting on my kitchen table right now. And here I'm talking, and the mic is not on. I'm giving you a whole speech. It probably was really good and a lot of fun, but the mic was not on. Hi, welcome back to Beautiful Jungle. I am Sharon, gardening in Zone 8A, and today we are continuing with preserving our harvest. So this is like in the in-between time when we have no really gardening stuff that needs to get done. Well, that's a lot. I just not going outside. That's not true. There's always stuff to do in the garden. These onions, these were grown. See you later, babe. These were grown from sets, and you guys were with me when I pulled them out of the ground. So this is all I have from those that I pulled out. I have some this size. That's a nice size, right? A couple of them are like that size, but I have a lot of them like this size also. It's a little small size, and some in between sizes. Why are you not focusing? And we don't have that much. We cannot afford to lose stuff. And some in between sizes like that. So that's not a lot, but I want to do garlic powder, and also, no, these are onions. I need to do onion powder and onion salt, so I can control the salt content and the seasonings that I have, okay? But I don't think this is going to be enough, but I do have some other onions inside of the refrigerator and also the freezer. But I do have some other onions inside of the refrigerator that I can chop up and add in here to this. So that's what I'm going to do. So these are going to be dehydrated. I have my dehydrator trays here. So let me get you down here. So these are some of the onions that I purchased. You see how big these are? So I have this bowl of the little ones that we did from sets. These are some of the small ones that I grew. I pretty much used up a majority of my onions that I grew. So I have, and I think I have a couple more on there. I have some red onions also. Some red onions, but I don't know if I can powder red onions. If that can be done, I don't know. So I'm thinking I'm just gonna cut these up and freeze them. So these are going to get chopped up and put into the food processor. Not chopped up that much because we're going to let the food processor do its job. Yes. We're going to allow the food processor to do the most of the work, because this, I am not cutting these up. My eyes were burning, running. Okay, horrible. So these I'm going to put them just like this in the food processor and get them to cut up and then put them on the tray. I think this will be fine. I have some silicone trays, but I don't think it's gonna. They're small, like they're small silicone trays. So I think this will be fine. This will be fine. And I'll just spread it out on there. So let me get to taking care of these onions here and seeing what other onions I have on the rack. Yeah, and take care of them. And then we'll be back, all right? I'll see you when I get back. So I'm going to show you one of the freezer meals that I did, and that was the chicken Alfredo. FYI, I mixed the chicken with the Alfredo sauce and froze it. Don't do that. When I did this before, when I did freezer meals before, I had the chicken separate from the sauce. I had the sauce in a different bag. That's what you need to do unless you're going to eat it that same night. Definitely separate the sauce in a different package because it does not defrost well and cook well. So the onions are washed, chopped. I put them in the food processor, and now I'm spreading them on the dehydrated tray. Trying to get it as even as possible so they can dry at the same time. And I'll just be repeating that same process until I chop up all the onions in the food processor and put them on the tray. Then I put them in a dehydrator. And I dehydrated these onions at 125. And it was about, I did it that night and then I got up. So I would say it was about 8 hours, 7 to 7 hours because I turned it off. The only thing I don't like about my dehydrator is that it does not have to automatic shut off. That's the only thing I don't like about it. And anything else, I really love my dehydrator because it gets the job done. So just repeating that process till everything is done. So I'm moving on to my garlic now. This is homegrown garlic that we harvest together with Bear Bear. And we did some onion harvesting also and potatoes on that day. If you have not seen the video, go back and see the video. Really good video. So I'm clipping off the roots and I'm clipping the necks off. I'm also, while I'm doing this, trying to figure out how am I going to manage these garlic. I mean, this is just not even half of the garlic. I still have a lot more left to process. That's still on the rack. But I'm thinking, how am I going to do it? Am I peeling these things individually? Am I putting them into a bowl? So there's like different ways to do it. My dad showed me one way, and I you take the knife and you smash them, and you just pull off the outer skin. I ended up smashing some of them. I ended up peeling them individually, like my mom does, or and then I ended up smashing some of them because it was a lot. It was a lot of garlic. Anyway, so I'm showing you the powdered tomatoes that I did. With the cherry tomatoes, I just cut the cherry tomatoes in half, put them on the dehydrator, dehydrated them, put them in the food processor, and turned it into powder, which will later turn into tomato paste. I'm showing you the size of the garlic. Um, I'm really pleased with this year's harvest. I did grow garlic last year, but last year I grew garlic in containers because my garden really wasn't together like that. And I didn't know any better. But in ground is definitely better. Or maybe I just overcrowded, you know, human error. Anyway, that's all the garlic we did today. We're not even halfway through the garlic harvest for this year. I still have more garlic on the rack that needs to be taken care of. So I put it in there. I'm adding half a cup of um, olive oil, and I definitely should have added more olive oil, and I did add more later once I saw that it needed more. So I don't know. I've never processed homegrown garlic before, but homegrown garlic is better than the garlic you buy in the like Costco in the bulk. Okay, so I'm showing you guys the silicone cupcake mats that I use to freeze and put them inside the freezer in little cubes. So you just pop that in your food. Anyway, so this the smell in the house was awesome. No vampires, no vampires, no vampires. So I added some more oil. The smell is so amazing because I've processed garlic before inside of the Sam's Club and the Costco, the big bulk pre-peeled garlic. This one gives off homegrown gives off like a milky thing to it. So I'm adding it. I ended up getting three pint jars. Two, I freeze two, and I kept one in the refrigerator. Anyway, so I'm gonna say it again. Do not freeze your chicken and your Alfredo sauce together. Separate them. Put the chicken in a separate container and the sauce in a separate container. That's what I'm cooking tonight. So I had to make some more sauce. And I have not found a really good way to store my lids. Mm. Right now I have them. I had them in boxes. I had them inside of right now I have them inside of Ziploc bags. So if anyone has any great ideas, please share. So this is the following day when I took the onions out of the dehydrator, and I'm just I'm gonna process them. some of them are pink. Some of the onions are pink. So while they were dehydrating, I went inside. I watched it. I pulled it out because impatience, but I just wanted to make sure because it was my first time dehydrating onions. So she's looking for the pink. Victoria Lovey's looking for the pink because that's her favorite color, pink. So I pulled the tray out and I saw that they were turning pink. And I went to trusty Google, and I Googled why are my onions turning pink in the dehydrator. And it said the reason they're turning pink, one of the reasons it's turning pink is because of the sugars that's inside of the onions. So we did use some white onions that I harvest, but the majority of the onions were those big onions that I purchased, those were sweet onions. So some of these are brown, some of these onions are brown, which is caramelized, and some of these onions are white, and a lot of them are pink. When your onions come out brown, that means that they're caramelized, and what it says is that that's really the best flavor, the one that's caramelized. Also, using the food processor to chop them up instead of using my vegetable chopper, the metal cutting and bruising the vessels, the cells in the onions, that can also make the color change as well, have something to do with the color change. So we are learning, and we are learning together. We are learning. So what I'm going to do now is put these inside of the food processor. Yeah, just put it right there, babe. Thank you. Put them. She wants to see. Come over here and say hi then.
Hello.
Okay. Yes, thank you. Okay, put it right there. I love mom. Awesome. Go eat your apple, baby. So I'm going to put these inside of the food processor, and we're going to make our onion powder together for the first time. We have so many first times here. This is going to be awesome. So let me just get to it. So you know what? Doing this, and you learn a lot, is that I should have probably used that silicone mat that I was telling you guys about, because baby, if you drag it, they're going to hear it in camera. You drag the chair, and you shouldn't drag the chair on the floor because the onion's stuck to the mesh. So what I am going to do is do quick work of this. I want all of my stuff. If you've been here, you know I want all of it. Oh wait, where's the blade?
I know.
And if you can smell, oh, if you can just smell what is here. I want it a little finer. It smells so good. And going back to what I said about the pink and the brown, nothing is wrong with it. You cannot fix it. Also, when I was Googling, I also found Purposeful Pantry. So I Googled that, and you know, the writing came up, And then, you know, I'm going to do more research. So I went on YouTube and I Googled that. I searched that to see, you know, why are my onions turning pink in the dehydrator, and it put me onto Purposeful Pantry. So that is someone else that I subscribe to. She has a lot of great videos on dehydration, things like that. So absolutely check her out. So I was able to fill up not fill it all the way up, but I did the pint jar because I'm going to make some more onions. I did purchase white onions this time. And I refilled my garlic shaker, the one I bought from the store. So I'll see you guys on the next one. Thank you for watching. If you have not done so already, please subscribe to my channel. I will greatly appreciate that. If you are new here, welcome to Beautiful Jungle. Welcome to my beautiful family. Welcome to this. Let's get to learning how to do this gardening and preserving for our family. To all my old subscribers, my day ones from day one, 3 months ago, we've been doing this for 3 months. Amen, amen, amen. And we still rocking. Thank you. Thank you for being there. Thank you for your support. Thank you for all your comments. Thank you for all your encouraging words. We, at this point right now, I'm talking to you, I have 30 videos out. Wow. 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 And we're at 300 and we're over 300 right now. I think it's like 324. I checked today. 324 subscribers. So we're still growing and growing and growing and growing and growing and growing. Amen. 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 So I just want to say thank you to everyone. And have a blessed day. Bye-bye. You gotta come over there and say bye. Bye. Bye, baby.